So Cara Lawson is the Team USA coach for Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, whoever else makes that team, Asia, Stewie, Fee, Paige. Probably, like they should bring Sarah Strong, but I don't think they bring Sarah Strong. But she is the coach of that team, and if we're going to be completely honest, she's having a complete nightmare season. A complete nightmare season post hiring. Duke are 3-3. They were originally ranked, if I'm not mistaken, in the top 10. They were ranked in the top 10. They were ranked the 7th best team in the nation. And they lost to Baylor, who lost to Iowa without chit chat for the second half, and with Addie Deal continuing to struggle to start the season. They lost to an Iowa team that's not going to be at their full capacity for the season. That is a scary, scary thing if you are Duke. Like, they lost to a team that I'm not going to say is not great, isn't a great team, because Iowa are a very solid team. That being said, like, Baylor, if they're this elite team, shouldn't have lost that game. And they beat Duke. Not only that, if you're looking at their games, they scored 49 points against West Virginia. They scored 71 points against LIB. And they played USF. And wait, who's USF's current coach? Do they still have is their coach up on the box score? No. Is their coach the dude who coached the Wings, or is he gone? So no, the coach is University of South Florida. Is Jose? No, they have an interim head coach. So Jose Fernandez is gone. They don't even have a proper head coach. They have an interim head coach. They lost by 13 to a team that is not very good. Like, again, they're not terrible. They lost to Fairfield. They lost to FIU, or say they beat FIU. They lost to Fairfield. Fair enough losing to UCLA. Like, it is what it is. You're not going to beat UCLA. But they beat Duke. And this is a Duke team that just can't score. They just can't score, and they're a terrible offensive team. And we've now got in her defense, she has been a good defensive coach, and maybe the sheer offensive talent of the team. But like since Cara Lawson has been hired as the Team USA coach, she has been horrendous. And not only that, it's now at the stage where everything, like the amount of people being like, oh, I don't know, like already saying, you know what, shout out Layla Lacan and Janelle Salon for your future Olympic gold medals. Go and win the world championship. Like, there are people concerned for the first time ever about the Team USA national team. I wouldn't be. I think their players are too good. I don't think there's any coach that will lose. If they pick the right team, I don't think there's a coach that will lose. Like, if you go out with a 5 of Caitlin Clark at the 1, Paige Bueckers at the 2, Sonia Citron at the 3, because I think Sonia Citron is a better fit at that 3 position rather than just going for, who's the best. Stewie at the 4 and Age at the 5, because Stewie plays better for Team USA than Fee Collier does, even though Fee's the better player. You bring Fee off the bench because, for me, I think it's between, like, Aja has to play the 5. You bring Fee off the bench, and I think Stewie and Aja fit too well together. Caitlin Clark will basically just run the show. She might average 8 points and 11 assists per game. And Paige Bueckers is just the best 2 guard in the WNBA. You don't need defense. You just funnel them into Aja and you win every game. And then when you have a bench of, you're probably still bringing Jackie Young playing the 1 off the bench. You're probably bringing Angel Reese. Fee should be on the bench, but they'll start Fee at the 3. You should be bringing Citron. just because she fits a role. I'm trying to think who else you'd bring. Aaliyah's got to be the backup center. You still probably bring Alyssa Thomas. If I haven't said Angel, you bring Angel. And then like running the backup point. You're bringing Sabrina, but you probably shouldn't. You're bringing Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray's fine off the bench. But like that's probably what you're going to be bringing. It doesn't matter what coach you have. As long as you bring that team, you're okay. The only reason they nearly lost in the last Olympics, and by the way, the people that are worried about them now are the people were not people that were worried in the last Olympics. They should have been worried in the last Olympics. I was very concerned for them. I thought like there was a good chance they lost to France. And I made videos about it. I'm like, look, the way France are competing for this, the way France are basically their entire team is just preparing for this tournament, the way they run. I'm like, they don't match up well. USA don't match up well to them. And the difference is now is that they kind of know that France are there and they're not there to be they're not just there as we're guaranteed to win the gold. They know they're not guaranteed to win the gold. And that's kind of what, when Team USA lose or come get a scare, they tend to not lose. When they get a scare, they tend to start playing better and lock in, because when Team USA locks in, it doesn't matter who the coach is, they're going to win. They're going to win. It's just when they go in arrogant, that's every time you look at Team USA winning, it's very rarely been a talent thing. It's a kind of arrogance issue. And sometimes the level of talent gap that they have is not big enough to overcome the arrogance or the lack of fundamental basketball the Team USA's go out with, because they don't play with each other, whereas these other countries do. So, look, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Cara Lawson is... I don't think Cara Lawson is bad enough to lose for Team USA. The only way Team USA lose in the Olympics is if they don't bring... if you bring Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers, Angel Reese, and Sonia Citron, because you're not going to not bring Fee, Stewie, or Aja. If you bring those 4 young players, and you bring Sarah Strong is the best power forward, is going to be one of your best players off the bench. So you bring 5 young players, five older players, and 2 vets. You're winning no matter what. So it really doesn't matter. Like if you bring Strong, Citron, Angel, Caitlin, Paige, even if this is to the World Cup next year, because that's the most recent thing, and then you bring Fee, Stewie, Aja, Sabrina, Jackie Young. That's your vets, and maybe instead of Sabrina, you bring... Your Nike won't let you not bring Sabrina, but maybe instead of Sabrina, you bring Kat Copper. But then your vets to end the bench, Chelsea Gray, Alyssa Thomas. Like you do not lose if you bring that team. There's no coaching involved. So a lot of people are worried about Cara Lawson. There is no coach bad enough to lose with that team, because there's no lineup. You could run Caitlin Clark as center and you're probably going to win with that lineup. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is pretty much it. That is talking about this, because a lot of people are worried that, all of a sudden they're going to go and lose because of this, but I don't see it happening. I don't see how it's possible if Team USA don't fuck up the selection process for them to lose. And I also forgot Aaliyah Boston. If I haven't mentioned Aaliyah Boston, you bring Aaliyah Boston and tell Sarah Strong come to the Olympics in 4 years. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys.